Welcome back to Threshold of Revelation, session 33, entitled Inkblood. Last session, yeah, they're fighting a book. So you've shut the door, and that is triggering the start of initiative. So we're actually going to cycle to the top and kind of walk through it. Nix, you did hear kind of loud sounds. You are kind of aware, due to the fact that you're close to the hallway that leads out towards the well, that the inkling creatures are kind of out and about searching, and the sound that they are probably going to be moving towards is from your neck of the woods. So you're surprised, but because of the weird nature of this conflict, I'll allow you to take actions. Just if it's engaging with the book, we'll have issues. Does that make sense?
Engaging with the book will have issues. I'm not sure what that means. I'm sorry.
You not know the
You
book
can't be
exists.
Got it. But but I see Uther. I see Uther open the door. I see Uther close the door quickly, like in a way that's not calm,
Someone's
right?
in there.
Right.
So I would open the door, see a bunch of stuff going on, pull the door closed, quietly touch it, and say, "Oh, that's gonna get loud."
Right, but again, that's shorthand. There's 6 seconds here. If you're focused on anything, it'll be more towards the inklings. If you're not doing something that deals with the inklings, you're surprised, and we're just moving to the next person. Does that make sense?
We're immune to surprise.
Oh, right. Oh.
I got that knife on me.
Ignore everything I've been saying. Do whatever the fuck you want. I forget about the weapon of warning.
Next would look to Uther
Jeremy remembered for me.
and say, "Are we leaving it and pushing forward?
Just pick a direction and let's all go.
Which way do we come from?"
East.
Okay. So let's go towards Ezekiel, maybe? Where is he pulling up the rear?
Ezekiel's at the forefront. He's way up there, about to open another door.
Okay, I'm gonna move forward to Ezekiel.
You open that door, Nix? You want me to?
Oh, please, you do. I'm much too scared for that.
Okay, so that will be on his turn, not yours. So you move over to Ezekiel and kind of just, that's it, right? Okay. From the other side of the door, you hear a very loud kind of magical, almost metallic sound. If anyone has cast mage armor in this group, which is true, and everybody's in the wrong spaces, so I'll fix that here in a second, but you hear a loud kind of metallic magical force kind of clamp inside of there, similar sounding to the spell mage armor from what you know.
It was similar to mage armor?
It was identical to mage armor, the sound.
Okay.
And that's it. It'll go to Ezekiel.
Where did that sound come from?
The door that
Behind
you
the door.
shut.
Okay, thank you.
I'll step down here. Can I step into Nick's space to open the door?
Yeah,
or-
you're not going to stay there, so that's fine. You open it up, and inside you see a rug with a pattern that you're familiar with, a bunch of books in this space. It looks like a very kind of just horridly kind of stacked office with a lot of books in the center. There are 2 desks in this space, but it looks like there's just a lot of clutter that you're not able to kind of take all in the short amount of time that a round would consist of, unless you use your action to proceed.
Was it an action to open the door?
No.
Okay, then yeah, I'll look around.
Yeah, unless the door is locked, it's hard movement.
Gotcha. 23 perception.
Okay, so you do see that there is a strange-looking cask, similar to the cask that held the Wand of Wonder, similar to the cask outside. It's similar style of chest, right? In addition to that, on the southern wall here, kind of in the middle, there appears to be a handle with 2 bars that enter into the wall and appear to attach to some very large mechanism that goes from about chest height to about knee height. And it looks like you could drag the handle all the way down.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look back at Nick's like, hey, there's a chest in here and a cool hidden door thing.
I mean, we might want to check well, I guess, could anybody check it for traps? Oh, wait a second. Could I do that?
Again, we're on an initiative track, so it's
Got it.
kind of less easy mode when considering that. So Ezekiel, move action done.
Yep.
Uther.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'll head up behind everybody.
Okay.
They went to the right. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah. So you got up ahead, yeah, and then they went to the right.
I'll hop into the room.
Okay.
What does the handlebar thing look like?
So it looks like basically like the handlebar will drag down. It's currently in an up position on this mechanism. There do not appear to be any like there's no letters or writing on it. However, at the top you do see what appears to be like a white line, and then at the bottom it shows the white line is bisected by a black line.
I'm gonna pull the lever.
Okay, that will be an action to do so, as it does require a bit of effort.
Am I at it, or is it somewhere else in the room? Sorry.
Well, yeah, you're right at it. So
okay.
You kind of place your hand on there. You get some, force behind it, push down. Silas, simultaneously, as that is happening, you hear a kind of a wash sound from the door that knocked you back. So that would be this door here. And you also hear a sound of something sinking into water from the well room.
Boy, I was hoping that's what it was.
I would holler back. That looks like that drained the room.
All right.
What?
Yelling back, you would note that the Inkling kind of straight down the hallway kind of changes its like normal bouncing direction, kind of changes it so it now is kind of looking at you with its weird kind of face-like structure. And
so it didn't go with it with the water.
You don't know.
They hopped out of the well.
You're making a lot of assumptions that you can't. Like, yeah, there's no. I'm not going to qualify that with an answer. Is what I'm trying.
You said the washing sound
No,
came
you
from
said
the
I
door
could
behind
see
him,
them
right?
So there's like
at
a
me.
wash sound from the door that he got shunted back by when he tried to open it, and then when he yelled back.
Oh, okay.
The
I
Inklings
didn't.
that are already out and about, the one that's kind of down the passageway from him kind of turns its weird face-like front towards him, and it looks like it's probably going to start bounding in that direction.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay, that's fine. That's cool.
No worries. Again, yeah, you also hear the sound of water, like something sinking beneath the water, and that's coming from the well area. Whether that means the whole of the massive platinum pillar sank into the water, or just one of the 4 prongs that are holding it up, is yet to be determined. Understood? We're all good? Same page? Okay, cool. Uther, that's your turn. I'll let you have any other movement or bonus action.
No, I'm good for now.
Bodhi.
I do not want to corner myself up there in that hallway. Yeah, we're just going to cower behind Silas. Like, got one hand just on his shoulder, and I'm throwing an Eldritch Blast at the nearest one.
Including what you can see down the line? Okay.
Yes, sir. 14 and an 8.
Double check. Both hit.
No kidding. 16 force damage.
It just kind of scatters across the ground. Looks like you completely obliterate it.
One more for the body count.
Bodhi, anything else from you?
I don't believe so, no.
Rolling
That was
on.
an action, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to
Dash.
he only has 25 feet. Yeah, I'm gonna have him dash to get into the room.
Alright.
Yep.
Silas.
I'm gonna quiet up and move backwards
Okay.
and move up with the rest of the team.
Okay.
Ready my sword, just if one comes into range to swing.
Alright. Silas done. Nix, you're up.
Yep. What is this?
So as we discussed, it is a symbol that shows a Roman numeral.
Oh yeah, thanks. I remember.
Or Ultranar's marker.
Okay. I'm just going to get in here in the room with everybody else. Hey guys, I like it better in here. I'm going to radiant action to attack anything that starts to attack in my range.
Okay. So, Silas, you see pages kind of start floating underneath the door that was shut by Uther. You then watch as the door slams open and this just scree of paper kind of flutters out in front of you. Since it is provoking this attack due to its movement, not an opportunity attack, just its moving is the trigger. You can make an opportunity attack, but you have disadvantage.
Okay. Got
That
it.
hits. And is your weapon made... Hold on, let me check something here. Is your weapon made out of adamantine?
It's the Giant Slayer sword.
So no. Okay, go ahead and... Okay, damage is already rolled, so it will take half of that.
Any pages in there from like oversized tomes?
It looks like the papers are being cut, but it looks like there's this strange ethereal center that is not being well damaged by the blade. It seems to actually kind of create this, as he cuts through the pages, you can see an ignition of the magic of the blade for a second, as if it entered into a detect magic aura, and then when it kind of bleeds out of it, that aura like dissipates off the sword. So for just a quick second, you can actually see the spectrum of magic as he cuts through it. Anyways,
Mostly a Giant Slayer joke, but all right.
Oh, sorry. I didn't get it. I was focused.
Oversized tomes.
Yep. As it kind of pulls out, you see it kind of takes a more humanoid form, but it seems that it doesn't kind of bound itself to that. It kind of flows around the doorway, kind of flutters out back towards Bodhi. The two of you are looking at it, but it seems to be looking at both of you at the same time as well. Like on Bodhi's side, it has a head and arms. On Silas's side, it has a head and arms. It's kind
Well, that's the worst.
Looming over you. I am going to focus my intent on Silas, since Silas has attacked. You watch as this pool of magic appears in its center, starts glowing hot, and then this hot flame of spellfire detonates out of it into you, Silas, making the roll.
Did I just see it cast a spell?
It did not cast a spell.
Okay.
So, Silas, I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. You are aware of it, so you will have advantage for danger sense. Using a third level slot for this.
20.
That will succeed, so you will only take half, which will be a total of 20 damage. And when I say damage, I mean damage. This is untyped. It bypasses all resistances and immunities.
A third level slot, not a spell.
So that would even get through my rage. I know I'm not raging. You don't have to tell me. But
out of character, yes, it will get through all resistances and immunities. But on your side, Bodhi, great question. The feature that it's using is called Mana Burn. It is not actually casting a spell. It is using the spell energy to detonate spellfire.
Okay. I thought he was made of scrolls and he was casting
He's
himself.
made of scrolls and spell books, and yeah, they are filled with that arcana, and so he's basically purging the magic from the spells and using it. Next,
What an idiot. Silas can't read.
Ezekiel, you're up.
If I walk out here, can I hit it there, or is Silas in the way?
So Silas is actually currently consumed by it. So that we'll get to that on Silas's turn.
Could I take my ready to action?
You said your ready to action is when you can see it, can you?
I can.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you. We're gonna fire. Oh gosh. Are we gonna fire a sharp note at it?
Okay.
I said I was gonna attack. I said I was gonna attack it.
When you ready a spell specifically, you have to say which one, but it's fine.
Okay. I'm gonna use it. Boy.
Okay.
Boom.
Kind of hits the wall near Ezekiel as he's stepping out, just barely like missing him. You kind of see the doggo man step out, sword and board. So as I said, he's actually consumed by it. So he's actually in the same space. They share a space. You can attack it if you'd like, Ezekiel. You are adjacent to it.
Perfect.
Because it's also going floor to ceiling in this 10-foot high hallway. So.
Gotcha. And Maleficer wouldn't add its bonus, but it
is a construct.
Okay. Let me open it.
But Maleficer is not made out of adamantine, so it will still have its resistance.
Okay. 18 hit.
Yeah.
So it's
14.
24, 32 halved.
So 14 and 12 is 26. Am I missing any rolls?
The 6 for Malice for
Oh, I see.
Malice for purpose.
Gotcha. So 32, and yeah, they're even numbers, so having is perfect. 32, 16. Okay. Yeah, you cleave into it. Similarly, you see the aura of Maleficer kind of as it passes through, but you also see the pop of magic as it seems to be kind of detonating Maleficer's ability to cleave through constructs.
Perfect.
All right. And yeah, Ezekiel, if you're done, it'll go to you third.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm done.
I will do something. I don't know why.
Answer. Good answer.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and Zephyr Strike this thing.
Okay.
I saw those blobs.
There's no way around it. It's filling all space between the floor and the ceiling.
So you can willingly move into its space. So, but you will be inside of it. But yeah, you can willingly move into this creature's space if you wish to. And
Yeah,
you can
do I-
willingly move into other creatures' space.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Ain't bad.
Look, yeah, I'll be moving up, hitting it from across the ceiling.
Okay.
Is the crit already rolled in there?
Yeah.
Not the
But
finest
The
crit.
Zephyr is not.
Yeah.
You have to roll it again. Roll another d8. So 19 total, and then
And
having.
I'll throw another mark on it, so 24.
Okay.
And I'm going to attempt to shoot through it with the Zephyr Strike. I won't provoke an opportunity attack.
Okay. You actually
I'll-
are shooting through, not shooting. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. The
It's
second
my own
you
body.
Enter into its space. You'll take
Paper cuts?
11 slashing damage.
Yeah,
And yeah, exactly right. You are.
I
being
like that.
hit by the buffering of the pages that are fluttering past you. All right.
Yeah, and I'll drop down in front of Bodhi.
Cool. User done. Bodhi up.
Bodhi has an idea. I'm going to cast an old favorite, Vortex Warp. And I'm going to twin the dang thing while running back, putting Silas immediately behind
User
Uther
and Ezekiel.
and Ezekiel 2 steps back.
Okay. So Ezekiel
Is
behind
that where you
Cyrus.
want to go? Want me to go?
Yes.
You want me here? You said.
No. At the very top of the hallway.
Oh, gotcha.
So you're still on the other side. And I'll yell for Nyx to torch the damn thing.
Got it.
Bodhi done. Rolling rock. You are up.
Okay. Let's see here. It doesn't show up on the thing, but I'd like to use Toll the Dead.
Okay.
For Rolling Rock.
Go ahead and yeah, this is a silly one. So roll 2d12,
19.
and I make a Wisdom saving throw.
This is
Versus
15.
But it's a book.
versus spells I have advantage, so I will pass.
Okay.
So you see the toll or the bell kind of appear and manifest the necrotic energy fill, and as it tolls, it doesn't shoot down; it just stays inside as it manifests away.
Okay.
And then
And
anything
rolling
else from
rock
rolling
stay.
rock?
He'll stay in here. It's pretty confident.
Silas.
Is there a reaction from the squishies on that one?
Oh, so the squishies are current, and the bell doesn't toll with a sound; it kind of just clicks.
Oh,
and
really?
That's when, yeah.
Oh,
I
I
saw-
thought it had an actual sound.
No. It's kind of like a light sound. It's not like a massive cacophony. So like spells that say they make big noise, like thunderclap or thunderwave, they say they make a big noise. This one just makes a doom, and it's not like a yeah. But
I did, when I backed up, see the
Yes.
Inkblood's
What
moving
Silas
in.
will note as you're kind of pulling everybody towards you, and you kind of like gesture in that direction. Silas looks over there and notices that they're all looking at the one that was completely just eviscerated by the Eldritch Blast. They seem to be very focused on that. Like it's a grouping of these little blots, just kind of like looking down at it, confused.
The murder investigation.
Yeah, they've begun the murder investigation.
He was the eye and better.
Yeah.
It came from the north.
So whether or not you want to go and tangle with them, or if you want to maintain here, Uther is above, so you can actually step into the space beneath him. Because he said he was on the ceiling and then he darted through, right? Jeremy?
No, I had dropped down in front of Bodhi.
You did drop in front of Bodhi.
Yeah.
That's right.
do that,
Okay,
that's
sorry.
right.
You did say that. Okay, so never mind what
That's
I
my
said.
bad.
Because Silas, you can't jump on a ceiling.
You got stuff to throw.
You could throw stuff. You're also not raging right now, so you don't have to be...
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a javelin, I believe.
That'll miss.
15.
I genuinely thought he was on the ceiling.
And if you have a
I
second
forgot.
one, you can throw it as well.
The one time you're not.
Miss as well.
That's more.
So you do see that the pages, as they kind of are coalescing, these bolts kind of flare in, and you see them kind of not like ignite or nothing happens, and they just kind of pass through the cloud of pages without issue.
Don't get me to do that.
Actually, I'm a dum-dum. I'm not going to
Me
wreck on it
too,
now.
because I forgot how big Fireball is.
No, I'm not going to wreck on it now.
I'm not going to use Fireball, although Nyx is extremely tempted.
Okay. Silence, done. Nyx, you are up.
Yeah. So Nyx is like actually fingering the wand of fireballs, but instead he's gonna not try to destroy his teammates. So we're gonna start off by spending one bardic inspiration to do unsettling words, and he's gonna say, "You're gonna get banned."
Okay. So I will not forget this aspect of it. As you cast the spell, whatever the next spell is,
Okay.
throw it.
I'm gonna throw Chromatic Orb.
Oh, then never mind. I thought you were throwing a. Usually you do that with dissonant whispers and such, so I just wanted to be sure.
No, I'm not. I'm
Okay,
gonna
no
throw
worries. I
it with
wasn't expecting-
Chromatic Orb.
Chromatic Orb has no benefit for unsettling, so.
Oh.
Because unsettling deduces saving throw results.
Oh, I made a mistake there. Sorry.
That's why I thought you were doing it dissonant whispers, and I got confused. But anyways, Chromatic Orb, you kind of grab a hold of the diamond and glance it forward, shooting forth the energy choice of your choice. You see it actually kind of detonate against the mage armor and this strange resistance field, and it actually kind of fractals out from that position. Like you can actually see the gritting of magic in this space.
Oh.
Nyx, you're done, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It pulls all of its forms together, and you see the two kind of heads that kind of appeared kind of fuse into one, as all of it kind of just snakes back into the room as if it was being sucked in by a vacuum. This movement does not provoke opportunity attacks. It immediately then starts manipulating itself, and you can hear the sound of magic forming. You then see a massive head peer out of the doorway, something that you have not seen before. And it is a massive blue creature made out of the fractals that I just described. Made out of blue magical fractals. Bodhi, go ahead and make an Arcana roll. I know it's untrained, and Nyx as well.
And done. Top of that, anyone?
Okay.
I'll say that Bodhi, good enough. The thing that was just summoned is
Alright,
known as
Bodhi,
a
good
research fractal.
Really?
Not Bodhi, Nyx. Wrong short guy, sorry.
Yeah.
It is
Bodhi
known as a
just
research
closes his
fractal.
eyes.
It is summoned forth by a spell known as Body of Research, which is a 6th level spell.
Oh boy.
And
It's no joke.
It's basically just a massive wall of meat made out of magical might. But that's the spell's turn. The fractal goes immediately after the caster, so it will slam attack against Uther. Okay, it misses, but only just. So Uther, as you kind of like take your position guarding Bodhi, look behind you, everything's kind of switching up. This thing forms, and its massive form just kind of slams down towards you. As it does so, you kind of dodge out of the way. When it hits the ground, you actually see a massive crater where it hit. This thing hits very, very hard.
Okay, question.
Ezekiel's up. Go ahead.
Actually, never mind. Bad question. My brain is off, but I'm just gonna walk forward and hit it.
Okay.
Hopefully.
It has an armor class of 17.
22. Does Maleficer work with against it?
This one is a construct, yeah.
Perfect, okay. And the 10 misses.
Yep. So we're looking at 12 damage.
Yep.
No resistance here. This one's taking it all. Ezekiel, done. Uther, you're up.
Are they able to get past this one?
No, this one seems more solid and glassy, but it does seem to have the same kind of nature where it's bending around corners easily.
Can we see past it?
You can, but it's like looking through like a kaleidoscope. Like everything seems to be just kind of like changing colors and strangely awkward. So you like see Ezekiel and he's like face is warped in one fractal, kind of like narrow and long snooted in the other one.
Funhouse monster.
It's a very fun housey kind of thing that's happening here, yeah.
We need to retreat. Bodhi, get them out of there.
I'll do my best.
And then everybody, we're heading south. Go for the door, the ladder.
Uther, your passive perception is high enough. As you turn and look to Bodhi and say that, you can see on the ground in between Silas and Bodhi that there's this small little moat of like darkness that's formed there, and you can see a page kind of flutter out of it and start kind of spiraling around this small little moat of darkness on the floor.
Magical dark.
Any idea what it
Like the
means?
magical winds that have been flowing around, like there's this small little like whirlpool of it, like probably the size of a golf ball. And as it's kind of sitting there and you look, you see a page flutter out of it and start kind of reeling around it.
Is it one of the arms or something
You
else?
have no idea what this is.
Alright, I'm going to disengage and stomp on that square as I move past Bodhi.
Okay. Yeah, you stomp on it. It seems to have like this strange kind of pull to it, like it's linked to somewhere else in the complex.
Yeah, I just want to try to disrupt whatever wind is happening
Okay.
as I'm moving through it.
Yeah, you kick at it. It's fine. No action needed. It doesn't seem to work.
And I'll move down.
Okay, either done. Bodhi up.
I will holler at Nyx. Oh shit. Rolling Rock's up in there too.
It'd be hard for them to come out. I mean, Ezekiel does not mind being the last one out. We'll try to keep his attention.
We're gonna make Steve's choice if he wants to play anymore or not. Just
Oh,
leave him and die.
Oh, no. He's not gonna die.
I'm going to holler at Nyx and Rolling Rock to get out of that room and ready the action. Can I twin a ready to action spell?
So yeah, the thing is Vortex Warp, you can ready it, but if you do not get the trigger before the start of your next turn, the
Right,
spell
I'll lose the spell
slot
slot and the
and the
and
meta
the,
magic will be wasted. Meta magic
okay.
is applied after, so it's not
Okay.
a part of the focus.
That's generous. I like it. Until I see both Rolling Rock and Nyx, which should happen soon, I'm going to move them
You
to
could
a
also
spot I can see.
delay instead of readying an action.
Are we delaying still? Is that still a thing?
No, not in this game.
We are readying the
We
action.
nixed
Oh,
it.
this was the one that had it.
This is the one that doesn't have it. We nixed it.
Oh, nixed it. I see what you did there.
So, readying an action Vortex Warp when you can see both of, or
Once I see both of them
I'm
out
gonna
of the
be more
room,
generous for you because your trigger is kind of sloppy. When you see the targets of the spell you wish to cast, you will then cast Vortex Warp. That way, if it comes close to your turn and you only see one of them, you don't have to meta magic it. You can take the one. Okay? More than generous.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to be as specific as you were.
I like to be specific.
I 100%
like to
love
think
that.
they're going to listen.
And we'll see. Rolling rock.
He's going to walk out so that he can be seen.
Okay? So you have to walk out and around, which means the fractal will get an opportunity attack.
Okay.
15 misses. Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of slams down. Ezekiel, you kind of like move your shield to kind of interpose. It hits and kind of spirals you back, and when it hits the ground, again, it leaves a nice large crater. The thing is doing, it's got like plus 16 to its damage rolls, so just a heads up.
Oh, she.
Rolling rock, anything action-wise?
Let's see. No, I'd say he just walks out.
Great. Rolling rock done. Silas, you're up.
Gonna listen to what my guy said. 1.
Can't stay on the same spot.
There's my full move.
Cool.
You can go ahead and dash. Just get in it and jump.
Okay, I'll keep going then.
Silas done. Nick, you're up.
Yeah, I'm just looking real quick at the skill tricks. I want to move out, slide under.
The second you hit Ezekiel's square trigger, Bodhi, you're going to cast your spell.
Okay. Oink.
Where are they going?
Oop. I'm going to put Nyx here directly south of me, Rolling Rock directly north of me.
So Nick south. And I'm going to cast a spell. Let's do shatter.
Okay. You're doing it so you're just hitting the target?
Yep.
Okay, because if you wanted to kind of get it to go into the room, you'd have to hit Ezekiel, so don't do that.
Right.
Alright. It is going to make a Constitution saving throw. It will be adding the caster's save amount. Or sorry, no, spellcasting modifier. Plus proficiency. Okay, cool. So 10 plus 8 is 18.
Okay. Ear bash.
It takes half, so
Good
it
math.
takes 7. And
I'm
is
hoping it's
not resistant.
like
It's
no.
not, but it's not immune. And it's not vulnerable.
vulnerable. Yeah.
So-
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Alright, Nix, that's it.
Yup.
The bloom that I mentioned on the ground widens, and you watch it open up, and you see pages start filling into the hallway, and you watch as the spellbook form takes its position here.
Fudgesicles.
As it appears, it will immediately... someone roll a d6.
Brett, you're the most in danger.
2.
Cool. Then it's just going to slash at Rolling Rock with its form, just throwing pages into it.
Okay.
If you're familiar with Princess Mononoke, you know when the worm creature kind of just sends a part of its body like at a target? It's like that, but pages.
How many attacks is it making?
Just one.
I'm going to have it hit its creature instead with my rune.
Ooh.
Okay, so it's going to be hitting the fractal.
Yep.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Smart.
Can you throw that out for me real quick?
Yeah, let me make sure I know which rune it is here.
Yep.
Yeah, Cloud Rune.
Cool, cool, cool. Okay. So it will miss its fractal. It would have hit Rolling Rock.
Yeah.
If that tells you what its AC is.
Good result. There's a better result possible. Good result, though.
Alright,
Yep.
so yeah, as the pages kind of flow that way, the room kind of appears in front of Rolling Rock, and the pages kind of detonate behind the creature, slamming at the fractal but bouncing off of the glassy form. Okay, so bonus action, it's completely done. For Ezekiel, you are... Oh, sorry, no. Then it goes to the fractal. It will attack you.
Yep.
23 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. smashes into the shield. You can feel it kind of press, but you manage to hold your shield up.
Okay.
Then it goes.
All right. Let's see here. Well, I don't think I have any way to get to the team, so.
Hold fast.
Yeah, I'm just gonna swing on the thing in front of me.
Okay.
Miss on the first attack. Yes, on the second attack.
All right. Yeah, you kind of slam into it, and you can actually feel the blade kind of glint off the fractals, kind of pushing off to the sides. You're not hitting it dead on because of its weird angular nature. Uther.
I'm getting the door. Get behind me. And I'm going to run and jump in. Go to the top.
Okay. Yeah, you can exit this turn if you'd like.
I will get the door open and hold that point.
All
Be
right.
ready to close it.
As you open up the door, kind of like hold your position, you can start to see the creeping darkness slowly pull up. It doesn't look like it's going to just jump out like in this next few seconds, but you are aware of why the runestones, which you just knocked off kilter, were placed where they go. So
if I hold the rune stone in that place, will it hold it back?
Because it
has to be the door.
Yeah, the door.
Okay.
If there's any opening whatsoever, yeah.
If there's anybody in the building, I'll just say get out.
Nobody's in the basement that you're in.
Okay.
Uther, Gunn, Bodhi. The book is obscuring, so you can see through the fractal. You can move through the living spellbook. You just can't see through it.
Okay.
And Rolling Rock would kind of gruffly say that the Inklings are on their way over. They are making their way over in this hallway.
If you twin a spell, do you have to do both castings at the exact same time?
It can,
Not necessarily.
It can be sequentially through the same turn. It just can't be in another turn.
Right, so if he twinned the Vortex Warp, he could place the paper guy somewhere and then grab Ezekiel?
Yeah.
If he can't make the save, I can't promise I can.
He does have magic resistance.
Beat that guy. I'm not the strongest spellcaster or anything. So,
Strongest crier.
they're all dried up, bud. I can see. I can't see anything past the golem.
Right, it's basically just this wash of like
Just a
paper.
just a huge swirling bunch of paper. I can't
Yeah.
see past it whatsoever.
Not at all.
Okay. Very sad.
You can move into it though, and if you are at the northernmost square of it, you'd be able to see through it. But what you do know is going into it will cause you to take damage.
Right.
Out of character.
Die.
Out of character notes. If you willingly move into the spellbook, or if you start your turn in the spellbook, you take 3d6 slashing damage.
He doesn't have 3d6 life.
He's got that. He's a big Bodhi now.
Can I?
I couldn't kill him with a max out.
Was anybody able to move through the
Fractal,
fractal
no.
thing?
You can
Can't
see
move
it,
through
though.
those spaces. I can see through it.
Yeah.
I have a
Doesn't
plan.
necessarily help me.
What I'm saying is if you move into the spellbook, you can see through
Right.
the fractal.
No. I see that.
Vortex warp him back into the space you were in. And
Ezekiel says he has a plan.
So you go,
Oh, good
Buddy,
plan,
I don't
but
want
it
you to
isn't-
die anymore. You've died too many times. I'm getting you out of there.
It's fine. I got this.
Bodhi's
No,
like,
it's
it's not
not.
a competition. I win with backstory. On number of deaths we've had. You can't beat my backstory, bro. I got like hundreds, thousands.
I am running into the page master.
Alright. You'll take 13 points of slashing damage.
That hoits a whole lot.
And
I
then
use
he
a
pours-
second level spell
he
to vortex
immediately
warp.
Uses his reaction to pour lime juice into the paper cut.
hmm It's very familiar.
Ouch.
But They killed you several times with this method.
I'd rather have lime. I won't lie to you.
Okay. Vortex
I'm
warp.
casting Vortex Warp on
Bodhi.
just the Doug,
Okay.
Ezekiel.
You're putting him in the space you were in, right?
Yes, I think that's the only space I can see.
Yep. Whoosh. Well, I'm not gonna be that. I'm not gonna be that.
I'm in him. I can see
That's
out.
fine. That's fine.
I can see parts.
I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna. I was like, well.
This was your idea.
This was my idea. I'm not going.
Don't be a monster.
I tricked you into doing a dumb thing.
And let me think. I'm sorry. This is taking a lot.
You've moved 5, 10, 15. So you should have 24 or 20 more feet of movement. Which means you can't.
It wasn't any kind of magical damage that I took from the pages. It's
slashing.
just the actual slashing. Okay.
As if it were a magical weapon.
Okay. Moved him. Bonus action. I am going to twin healing word. Who of the three I can see are looking the most out of shape?
Probably Rolling Rock.
Yeah, nobody's really wounded. You haven't really fought.
Really?
Yeah.
Well then, hell, I'm not gonna twin it. I'm gonna give it to myself. Ah. 4. Which is a lot for me.
You can't cast 2 level spells in the same turn.
Oh, damn it. I always do this. I don't do that. I remove the 4 damage, which is a lot to me. And fuck it, I'm gonna cast guidance on myself. Nope, that's an action. I'm going to dodge.
Yeah,
Nope,
bonus
that's an action. Man, I've been playing that damn
I'm
monk.
gonna sit inside
And
a
it's
spell
red.
book. Moving on to rolling.
Just run back.
Yeah, I
you
guess
can't.
I am gonna run.
You have 20
Huh?
feet of movement, which means you're gonna end in Nyx's space, which means you can't do it.
Was there not another closet
Can
here?
he run and jump into Ezekiel's arms?
You
Even-
can
even
run and
though
jump
I'm
into the
small?
side room. You can run
Even though
to
I'm
the side-
small?
You do not have an ability that says you can share spaces with another creature.
No, I'm not small. Yeah,
Well, I'm
I'm
small.
jumping to the side room.
Yeah, but Nyx, you don't have an ability that says you can share spaces.
I understand.
Halfling
Thanks.
specifically, yeah. And I think Kender. Alright, you rush into the room. Okay. Rolling Rock is up.
Rolling Rock is gonna bonus
Get
action
out!
healing word Bodhi. So you get
Top of
7
full
HP.
damage.
And then he's going to action disengage.
Okay.
He moves his
Big heals.
movement.
No, it's not
So
quite
we
right.
get here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fine.
it's close.
Okay. And then that's it for Rolling Rock?
Yep.
Silas.
I'm gone.
Oh, you're going up? You're going up?
No, he told me to go up. I went up last round. I
thought-
ran.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
He would have made it. Yeah, just do it. It's fine.
Okay.
He's up there with me.
Cool. And so, yeah, the both of you would realize that the darkness is creeping, but not exiting yet. Silas is staying upstairs. Nyx, you are up.
I'll dash up as well.
Okay. Alright. And then hopping up. Alright, so Nyx done. It'll go to it. It will, as an action, cast a spell in front of you two. When it does so, you watch as each single page of the thing quadruples. And it seems to just be a larger flurry of these things. Then you watch it all just sink into the ground. And not having noticed it, you see a little dot in between between Rolling Rock and Ezekiel fill out the spell book as it starts to lift out into that hallway, blocking the escape
Fudge.
there. The second it fills out into that space, you see its kind of like hands form and kind of point at Ezekiel, and that's when the fractal comes bulleting down the hallway, smashing into the back of Ezekiel, hopefully. Maybe? 22 misses. You spin around just in time to block the massive fractal, like, point of its face. Alright, that will be the oppositions. Ezekiel, you are now sandwiched.
Yeah.
I can't leave this room, can I?
Yeah, there's just a fractal, like, outside.
Damn it.
Just close the door. Well,
Is it propped open, or is it open to the inside?
It opens inside, so you can show
Nice. I live here now.
I'm 3 years old today. Little baby. 3. Okay.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
The athletic skill trick of climb onto a bigger creature, would that work for this thing?
Yeah, it would. It's, in this spacing, it'll be weird, but yeah, it's absolutely a thing you could do.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. That's what I was going to do earlier before I got Vortex Warp.
Yeah, also
I just
keep in
had to
mind,
ask.
like, if escaping is something you want to do, you can just run through the spell book. It's not blocking you, it's just going to cut you up a bit. Another thing, too, is if you hop onto that thing, you do know there are inklings, like, right behind it. Like,
Yeah.
you can see them through the... They're all kind of, like, piling on the walls behind it.
I'll be fine.
Gotcha. No, I'm not leaving you behind, Bodhi. It's okay.
And if
I'll
you
be
don't want to leave
fine.
it behind, you could try to shove the fractal so that it backs off, and then book it through the living spellbook.
That thing looks
Okay.
huge, dude.
It's large, so it can be shoved. If
Okay.
you were huge or higher, you could shove it.
Let me check something. So I'm not probably. This room's probably not big enough for me to go big in,
No. Yeah,
but I still get the benefits of it even if I don't go big.
correct. The only reason that they, as large creatures, are moving around is because of their
Property.
Gotcha. All right, I'm gonna activate the go big mode and try to shove it so that Bodhi can hopefully make it through.
Okay, strength athletics.
All right, and that advantage as a big boy. 23.
You kind of slam your hands or your shield into the front of it after it kind of bounces off, and when you do so, you kind of feel there's a lot of give. So you just kind of push your feet forward, kind of rush in, and it slides backwards.
So I'm like, run, Bodhi, and then I'm gonna move.
That's one attack. If you want to make a second attack, you certainly can.
Yeah, sure. I'll attack the guy below me.
Okay.
But let me add the Giant's Might. It's 1d6 to heal. He probably has it, but just in case.
That'll hit.
It's a 1 anyway.
And this is non-adamantine, so it'll be a total of 18,
19
so that
total.
is 9. All right. Ezekiel, do you have any movement?
Yeah.
In your position there. For Bodhi.
I'll hold for Bodhi.
Okay.
I just try to get it up so he can move in.
You certainly succeeded in that endeavor. Uther, you are up and above. This is the first full cycle that you've been up there, so there is a slight amount of materia of the darkness that has escaped, but not like a massive amount. And there's certainly no ink that is formed up above yet either.
I'm gonna kick the door closed, set the runestone on it,
Okay.
and wait for somebody to run into it then.
Cool, cool, cool.
They're hurry up! Just scream down the tunnel.
And then thud, slap. And Silas is up there with you. And Nyx is up there with you. Alright, Bodhi.
The ink's doing anything? Any activity on the other side of that fella?
It's not able to get past him. It looks like it's kind of... Remember that time you were kind of... The team was bombarded by the hallway, and they were all like glommed onto different sections of the doorway?
Mm-hmm.
It's that. They're basically all like slammed into that area. They're not attacking the fractal. They
Okay.
just can't
That's what I wanted to know.
see if they're aligned.
They're
or
in
not.
cahoots. Whew. This fucker's gonna slam my ass to death if I get outside.
It will be a reaction.
Disengage.
You could disengage 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. You could make it to the hallway, but not to the jump spot.
I couldn't see around the hallway when I was standing here.
Yeah. So you'll be able
And
to...
I wouldn't be able to see past the guy.
Right. If you disengage, you'll be able to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. You'll be able to get to here. And you wouldn't take an opportunity attack. You'd be 10 feet away from being able to jump up.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I am not disengaging.
Okay.
Moving in, moving away.
The
Go ahead
marker
and
will make an opportunity
swing.
attack. A 16.
I am going to cast Shield as a reaction.
That'll succeed. If you had not done that, you would have taken 28 bludgeoning damage. So
Cool,
good
cool.
note there.
Now that's a reaction, right? So I can
That's right.
still cast a spell?
Yeah, correct. Reactions don't count toward your spell.
Magnificent. I'm learning. I am going to move through the space of Ezekiel into this guy.
Okay. Stepping into it will deal 9 points of damage for you.
Oh, this thing snakes. This thing.
Yeah.
Damn it! Why didn't anybody tell me there was another bend in this fucking hallway?
2, 3.
All my shit is sightline, you monsters.
We have 3 spaces of movement so far. So you still have 20, so 4 more spaces.
I can't see where I'm going.
And again, if you dash, you'll be able to get into the thing. So, just as a note there. All you have to do is get to here, and then book it down to the south, jump and lift.
Is that a space behind Rolling Rock or no?
Yeah.
Do I see the space south of that? I see like
Barely. But
a third of it. If you'll allow it.
Okay.
I'm casting Thunderstep.
Okay.
And I
The
am
second you
taking
begin to cast a
Ezekiel.
spell, all of the pages turn to face you, and this massive rune of cancellation appears on them as it casts Counterspell. Is Thunderstep 3rd level or lower?
It is 3rd level.
Cancels it outright.
What a bastard. And I use the spell slot, yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck this thing. Alright, I'm running.
Alright.
I can get to here.
You'd be, yeah, that would be correct. 35.
And I take how much damage from the pages?
You took a 9. That was just for moving into it.
Okay,
You only take
thank
it
you.
when you step in or start your turn in it.
I must have missed it.
No
Thanks.
worries. Rolling around.
Okay. Rolling Rock's going to run. So
He's going up.
Does he take opportunity to attack?
Yeah, he will. Spellbook will swing. 15 misses.
Rolling Rock, I think has enough movement. Yeah. So he goes up to the thing.
Okay. So yeah, he flies up, hits the door. Just for flavor's sake, Silas, you're up there. You kind of pull back the door after Uther picks up the rune, and then out comes this dwarf, and you shut the door behind him. Nyx, because you're not doing anything on your turns, right? You're not jumping back in.
No, staying up.
So you're micromanaging the door and room. Silas
Okay.
and Nyx. Yeah, unless you had something, Jody. Are you jumping down the whole fighting? Okay.
No.
Cool. It's all good. So we'll go to the spellbook. The spellbook will. Somebody roll a d6 for me.
Dibs. No. Did Ezekiel do it? Is that the one?
Yeah, it's Ezekiel.
No.
So do it.
No, I did that one, but I can't roll a d6.
Go ahead, do it.
4.
Okay. Then it does not recharge Span of Burn. It will. I'm going to cast a spell. For you, Bodhi, something you are noticing, and it's perturbing. It cast. You identified the body of research spell. Well, someone else did. And when they mentioned it, Nyx mentioned it before he left. You would know that that's a concentration spell. He just
I had a
cast
feeling
this-
it was.
He cast the spell Mirror Image, which is why he's doubling the number
God
of
damn.
pages, which is not a concentration spell.
Uh-huh.
However, the spell I'm about to cast is a concentration spell. It does not override the concentration on the last spell due to the spellbook's trait. So, Ezekiel,
Oh yeah, 2 concentration spells going?
I could have infinity concentration spells going with this guy. He's a piece of shit.
He is a real piece of shit.
I'm gonna do it to Bodhi.
I wish all our fighters did run away.
I'm gonna do it to
Try
Bodhi
not to.
since Ezekiel is and not all your fighters.
I did what I was told.
Do it to me.
Thank you for listening.
Go ahead and make a
Right.
You said get him out of there.
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's a good one. That's what I'm great at. 14.
Success. Yeah.
Dumbass
Unfortunately,
book.
that feature is right on the
Shithead
DC.
loser
That's
book.
exactly the
Mora.
that you needed.
That wasn't
Idiot.
Proc Sentinel, was it?
It's a spell, so there's no target.
Okay.
There's no attacking target.
Okay, just making sure.
That is its action, and for its bonus action, it will cast. Nothing. Instead, what it'll do is it will transpose Arcana. You see a bit of its magic kind of flare out to the fractal, and you see it kind of like glow more brightly. And then it'll skip to the fractal's turn. The fractal will move in and attack.
That guidance.
Kind of.
Hmm.
It's a thing. Unfortunately, not good enough. Transpose Arcana allows it to burn a spell slot and give itself or an ally a bonus to attack roll and damage roll equal to the spell slot burned. So the fractal just swung, and I was near missing fucking Ezekiel every time before this, and now this is just like bottom out shittiness. So 20 misses, 19 misses. I spent a stiff little spell slot, and yeah, you do not take 34 points of damage. Sad, Ezekiel.
At the end of his turn, I want to use my reaction on the fractal.
Okay.
Can it be feared?
Oh no.
Okay, then never mind. I use it, but it doesn't happen.
Okay.
Can't be feared.
Yeah,
Alright,
they're both immune, charmed and frightened.
I'm
And
going
psychic
to
damage, but we didn't get to explore that because Nick's been dissonant
Move
whispers.
through it, so I'll get a attack of opportunity from the fractal.
Yeah. 26, finally got you.
Yeah.
21 points of damage.
Alright.
So
Move
massive
through
hit.
this guy.
When you enter into its space, you'll take 11, and that's slashing damage from the pages.
Okay.
And then are you dashing? Or dodge?
Run.
Yeah, probably.
Bodhi's going to be able to go before the fractal and the page.
Okay, yeah. Then I will
Yeah.
dash to get up.
You'll go in, Uther, door management, yelling and pointing, very managerially, and then Nyx has control of the room, and Silas has control of the door. Is the way I'm imagining it. And you're like, okay, go.
I found a bellhop costume down here in the basement. I put that on. I'm just welcoming everybody in.
Well,
Right
welcome
this-
to
right
the
this way,
not
sir.
being murdered by ink and books. But yeah, you'll be able to get up.
Do you
to the
have a
top,
reservation?
shutting the door behind you. All right. If you spend a couple, I'm going to go ahead and move us to the other map.
Are we all making it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're next on the docket right after Rolling Rock and be able to get up there no problem.
So what the fuck, boys?
1 second here.
Yeah, there's a reason I didn't read very much.
Books suck.
Go ahead and grab everybody and put you where I want you. The evil music's still going. I will fix that in a moment. Or is it going because I wish it to? Oh, no, okay, it's not. Okay. So you technically end up in this space. And the trapdoor is the stairs, because the trapdoor is at the bottom of the stairs, and it's just like a 10-foot lift to the trapdoor. Does that make sense? So
Sure.
you're actually engaging in the door shenanigans down there.
Bodhi, take a few minutes and cast Prestidigitation on whatever black got out.
There's nothing remaining. Yeah, you closed the door in a very smart move. Had it gone for 3 full turns, it would have started to creep. But you slammed that bad boy after I said it the second time. You got the memo. So inside of this space, you're kind of looking around, stone walls, boxes, and the like. Does not appear to be any means of egress out of this space. Directly above you, you see 2 wooden doors. It's about 10 foot high. 2 very large wooden doors, probably about 10 foot long and about 5 foot wide apiece, like a double door. This looks like you're in some sort of storage area where large things are stored. The boxes that you're looking at are like 6 feet by 6 feet, and they're like massive crates. They're like 6 feet tall as well. There's a couple stacked on one side of it, but they are like big bulk product.
No, I'm gonna walk up there and push those big doors open.
Yeah, sure enough. And I'll go ahead and move you to another part of the thing as you kind of break them open.
We are multiplying.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of you all over the map. But as you appear over
Damn.
there, there are 2 guards that immediately kind of train themselves on you. When they see that you're normal people, they kind of look at you and say, "Who are you? Identify yourselves."
Conglomerate.
Whoa, what were you doing down there?
Trying to solve the issue. We need to go talk to the captain of the guard again. We just went down maybe an hour ago from the other side.
The guy on the left kind of looks over to the guy on the right. These look like older guys than the guards you've seen. Like, these are the more venerable folks who are kind of given the easy position, like the Walmart greeters of the guards, if you will. And they said, "Why weren't we informed about that you might be coming this way? Very strange."
It wasn't the plan. The door's sealed. We've checked it. We got to get back to business.
Well, we were specifically told to report any issues to the captain.
That's where we're going.
We'll
go together.
And yeah, so they'll lead you on that way. One of them will. The other will stay because they have a job to do. But as you kind of make your way back out into the town and head towards the captain, nothing is stopping you. Nothing's barring you from doing what you want. You head back to the captain.
A little bit, boys.
Yeah, I'll go talk to the captain.
And I gotta remember what music it was that we play at this place. Because it didn't do... Let's just do this one.
So we might be spending a day here, because that was a lot of spell slots for nothing.
Yeah, I'm okay with resting for a day, because that was scary.
Yeah.
We gotta stop running from shit.
It's better than dying to it.
I don't fully agree.
For flavor purposes, right? I've done a lot. Sometimes it can be more beneficial. But when you arrive at the captain's space, the guard has a quick conversation with them, and it's confirmed. You're not liars, obviously, and he goes on back on his way. He says, if you need any assistance through Kinnard's supply room, let us know. We'll be more than happy to help. And kind of seems to be kind of putting forward a good face as he's in the presence of the captain, and heads on back.
I want to ask him about whatever that sound was when Uther activated some contraption.
Yeah, we found one switch and we heard a noise come from the fountain.
You're looking to drop the pin on the well? Is that your plan?
Yeah.
Yes.
We tried it early on, and it resulted in a very horrific reaction from the ink. Very massive form of it, the well entirely, started to attack our people. There are 4 levers inside of the library area, indicated by a marker near the door. Should be marked in numerals. Total of 4 of them. And I believe one in the north corner, or northwest corner, one in the northeast corner, one in the southwest corner, one in the southeast corner of the space. You don't have to hit them all.
Do you
at
have the
once.
map? Can you show it to us?
The only maps we have of the library and lower areas are in the library, and were drawn with an ink that most pages seem to have rid themselves of.
Is there anybody up here well versed in the library that could jot it down for us?
No, I would say I am well versed in the space below. If you wish, I can go with you. I will have to ask to be certain if Master or Minister Oroview is okay with me taking on this engagement. The only other person I think that might be familiar with the space down below would be Gar.
I'll bite. Who's Gar?
Gar, he's a bit of a blacksmith. He doesn't do much in the ways of tinkering and rune magic like Master Blaze Hatchet does. A bit more of a fundamentalist when it comes to his metalworking. Nails, building materials, some weaponry, but yeah. He kind of points across the street and then says, couple doors down. It's the one at the corner, and as you kind of think back on as you're walking, this space here is kind of where he's talking about. He might be able to go with you. He's not bound by the strictures of the minister like I am.
Would he be?
Just jotting it down, I mean, even here in front of us, if I see a map, I'd know it.
Oh.
How many lefts do I need to take? How many rights
No,
to get to
I
each switch?
understand. I do not know by memory. If I were down there, I'd be able to acknowledge it because I'm familiar with it. It's hard for me to track out. So I would say that, again, it's in the southwest corner, southeast corner, northwest corner, northeast corner. Which one did you find?
Northwest.
Okay. He thinks for a second.
There were doors that were trapped
Do you
in
know where
that corridor.
Do you know where the still is in the library?
Directly underneath the inn,
Yes.
correct?
Right, that's why I mentioned it. There's a pathway that leads up and to the right. And as you're kind of thinking about it, everyone kind of knows that that's the hallway that had the hand kind of grasping in it. If you head up that way, you'll pass by the head, and then there's the corner right there. It's right beyond the two statues of the dwarf scholars. The one on the south side, it is settled neatly next to its numeral. It's back in a ways near where the cleaning help kind of kept to, and where the furnaces are located. It's kind of a wind of just winding passageways. I really wouldn't be able to go upstairs until you can't go upstairs anymore in that corner, and there's a door. Pass by it and take a left. I think that some of the nobility had placed some of the protective runes in that space, so it might not be as overshadowed as other locations.
And this was in the southeast.
Southeast, yeah. The southwest corner, I believe that was the librarian's lock mechanism. There's a meeting room just up the main stair, and once there you can kind of make your way to the right, kind of just heading off in that direction.
Not out of character. He's talking about these all being on the same
Level, the
visual
library.
map.
Library.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's.
None of them are
I
on the
understand.
floor.
I understand. There's going up and down stairs. I just want to make sure it's the same floor necessarily.
Yeah. So if
Got
you
it.
remember, the southern side of the library is at a higher altitude than the
Right.
lower side. There's the kind of this going to it. So what he's saying is if you can get in that back
Up
corner,
those stairs.
up the stairs in the far south, all the way to the side, which, again, looking at it from where you would be in character to the right, there's a meeting room at the far side, and just behind that meeting room, tucked away in the corner, it's a small serpentine library area, is the Master Librarian's chamber, and in there should be a marker, and near the marker you'll find the lever. Said you found the one in the south, or the northeast.
Northwest.
So you are northwest, so you already have that. That should be all of them. And as I said, I can, if you wish, speak to the minister. You can treat with him as well and see if my accompaniment is something we can afford. I'm more than willing to go. I just know that my duty is here on the surface.
I understand that. I'd rather not risk you. You're valuable to the people here.
I appreciate that, but at the same
What
time,
more can you tell us about the ink monster that formed when you first dropped the pin?
gargantuan. It nearly touched the ceiling. It was.
Were you able to drop the pin fully?
We dropped the pin, and it erupted. So we could not tell for certain whether or not it was completely sealed or not. From the state of it, it sounds like it either failed or was able to pull the pin itself. That did seem what its endeavor was. It first manifested itself around the pin, and when we attempted to fight it, it then started. That was where most of my companions were lost that day.
I see.
Does the pin reset itself somehow?
No. Once locked down, it should be held down until some force is executed upon it to open it. I'm not saying that it would be very difficult for it to lift the pin, but based on what we saw of it, I'm not saying it's beyond its ability.
Maybe if we can get the pin down and then slap a rune on top of it, it would work kind of like a door and hold it in.
It could do, but I think it's the well itself that's already out. When we sealed it, the well erupted around the pin to try and push it up. And we fought it, trying to stop it from doing that, and it greatly outmatched my company. So, at a character note, dropping the pin creates the boss fight. Simple metric, but if you like, yeah, the boss is already there. It just doesn't activate unless it has to,
right.
Which is pinned down.
What we have to do.
Is there an immovable rod in town?
Don't you guys have one?
No. I wish.
I thought we had a removable rod. Somebody
Yeah,
does.
we did too. Yeah.
Rolling rock, maybe?
Maybe. I know we had one in the
Somebody
last
got one.
campaign.
It's got the orb of direction.
Check
Yeah,
my
he
list.
started with that, and the tankard of sobriety.
Okay.
No, not him. Yeah, I guess not.
It's not in my list.
Again, I'm running 3 campaigns at the same time. It could have been someone else.
I really thought someone in here had one.
Same.
We've had them a couple of times in other games. I don't think this party ever
They
Yep.
had.
are a lot of fun.
We had it in the last game, I thought.
But also a note on that. Movable rods, despite their name, are not actually immovable. If you can exert 8,000 pounds of force on an immovable rod, you can move it. And if
That
it
pin
can,
look
It's made out
heavy.
of jelly.
if it can lift that fucking pin, it can probably do that.
Well, can it
But
lift
yeah,
that
that's
pin
8,000
plus
more
8,000 pounds.
Well, okay. Addition. I see what you're doing. Good. Smart.
There's that math problem.
It's the opposite of
Fucking hate
subtraction.
math is what it is.
Attack John's weakness. Math.
All we have to do is math.
So anyway, there's a boss fight. We just ran from something else that was just behind the door.
Yeah, why can't you tell us about a paper golem?
Or any of those doors that are trapped
What?
in the northwest corner.
The force doors. They are
Yeah.
immediately opened once the lever is down.
Magnificent. Are there similar doors in the other corners with the other levers?
The mage's, the librarian's chamber does not have any traps that I'm aware of. If there are anything in the way of traps, it would probably be at his desk.
And that was southwest, was
That's
the librarian?
Librarian's
Okay.
office.
Out of memory, that was further south than the classroom with the light that was warding
Yes.
off the things.
It's on the other
The,
side.
the
of
stairs, the stairs are south of that. We're going
Correct.
south up the stairs. Okay.
You need to go as far up as you can on that
I don't
side.
think we've been in that direction
Right.
since I've been able to see.
Southeast side is where he said the cleaners and the furnaces are located, and it's kind of in a back room, in a kind of wide. And some of you did try to go up the steps in that direction and kind of stopped and said fuck that and went the other direction because you didn't find anything. And then you also found the door back the way you came. But some of you did kind of make your way up those steps. It's kind of just this network of mazy hallways filled with books. And so he's saying that if you can follow that maze to its terminus, you can get there. But he says the only thing I can tell you is if you're not passing by a dwarf, you're probably not going the right way.
Follow the statues.
That's his only thing that he can say is like a way of kind of knowing which direction you're supposed
I appreciate your help by riddle.
he
I know.
He's not able to draw it out because he's not thinking of it in like a map pattern. It's more like he's like from Muncie, you know. He's paying attention to like, you just go
Tom
past the
McGalliard, you'll find it.
Or you go past the you know, the restaurant name.
Also left
still
the Taco Bell.
Also still somehow on McGalliard.
Right, and then he basically described the path in the north east corner as being somewhere behind the Black Hand. The Black Hand you folks avoided.
I don't remember the hand. I was blind for that.
I do. I was ready to.
It was by the still though.
Yeah. So if you go
You
north,
just saw it this time when we went down.
Mhm.
There's just a hallway with a black hand floating in it. It's one of the ink mists.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go see if that offer's still, you know, on the table for a room. And maybe we do some crafting. Maybe we do some of our
take a day
our
downtime.
chores.
Do you want to talk to Gar at all, or?
Do please put in the request if you can form any form of militia, especially at range, and be prepared to escape at any point you guys feel fit. Any help would be awesome.
Yeah. I will ask if there are any volunteers amongst the watch. And you're looking for people to go down there with you, or just be prepared to fight if they come up?
Hopefully the fight stays down there. So someone to watch our backs and seal the door behind us if it goes sideways.
And are you going to be aggressing through the same door you came out of, or a different one?
I think we'll go back to where we started the first time in the inn.
In the inn, of course. Then I'll just send my watch over to hold that facility.
Again, if any of them are willing to go down but have ranged weapons.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I will ask for volunteers. So he'll take his time doing that.
We won't ask anyone to engage with us, but...
Right. Is anybody wanting to talk to Gar before you take the time to kind of downtime activity, short rest or long rest?
You've got the head for maps. You might want to talk to him. I don't think I have any downtime activity that I'm capable of executing at the moment. Wait, I got flowers. I did buy flowers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much a head for maps. I think I have to physically be there, but yeah.
I will say this: what you did notice, though, because you did stay over at the inn at one point, Silas, you would have realized that their kitchen, and again, you saw people cooking. If you can get permission, there are materials for you to cook in that space that you wouldn't have to use your own. I would say that you'd be able to concoct Blaulatha soup, humble pie, moppet bread, or portical ciolama rather. The moppet bread you'd only be able to make one consumption of moppet bread.
Okay, I wanted to look up what those do again. I can't remember.
They're in your recipes and under food. Should be all of the ones except Kikios. Kikios you could also make in there, but they will not supply you with the potion of healing that is required to make Kikios. And for those who aren't familiar, Kikios is like a porridge that gladiators will eat, and it heals you a lot better than a regular potion would. It also fills up your belly.
I'm gonna set up shop and make a batch of healing potions.
Cool. But all the food ingredients that are required for all of those, with the exception of the healing potion for Kikios, are available here.
I'm gonna go see a man about a map.
Talking to Gar?
Yeah.
Alright. Well,
I'm gonna make the Balatha soup.
okay. Bear with me here. Pop that bad boy open and enter in, and you see standing kind of at a desk or at a counter, kind of looking at you as you enter in, a Goliath. He's covered in tattoos, spirally symbol tattoos. He appears to be wearing kind of red clothing, red sash, red, attire. And looking at his markers, you would be able to identify that this individual you are staring at, Gar, is a member of the... hold on. Animal Vote. Gar. The Axe Bringers. And I will show you a picture of Gar. He looks up at you. Immediately kind of shows you a look of disdain. Seems to be able to identify something about you that's not quite right. He says, in Giant, how can I help you, exile?
Oh.
Just wishing somebody else would have come.
I can go with you.
Literally
I love
looking back.
Raziki okay with
sure,
it.
I'm sure Silas would appreciate that cleaver.
No, we're here. We're here.
He
We live
takes
here.
this.
This is where we're at.
He's used to it. My conglomerate. We're seeking a map of the library. I won't make eye contact with him. We've
Character
found-
development.
We found one of the 4 levers to sink the capstone. We need to know where the other 3 are. Captain said you were probably the only other person that knew.
He's not wrong. But I'll be damned if I let an exile go down there and try to save this town by himself. He walks,
I'm not alone.
he walks away from you and kind of moves over to this wall. You see him grab both of these axes. One appears to be made out of dragon bone, and the other one appears to be made out of just good old-fashioned metal. I'm not good at drawing. Never was. But I can show you where you need to go.
I thought that was his one-liner.
I'm not good at drawing.
We've
I'm
just,
really mad
we've just
about
returned from our second endeavor down there. Some of my friends are healing up. We'll be ready to go by dawn.
Do you need anything?
Someone mentioned a movable rod. If you know where to find one of those to kind of hold the capstone in place.
Sorry.
You mentioned it.
Unless you have another idea.
I don't. Not too much in the way of magic items here and abouts on the summit. It's been a while since anyone's been able to do any trade. Any magic items that would be possessed are probably owned by one of the nobles, either Forsyth, or View, or Fourth Wind, or View. Forsyth is not one of them. He's not a noble. Kennard.
I believe we've met one or 2 of them. I think their items are in the library.
Fourth Wind is who you brought up, and Orview is the master of the town who you spoke to. He gave you the conglomerate guy's bag, and then Warg. Kennard, you haven't met yet. Andrew Kennard is the name of the guy, though.
We should be in or around the inn at morning. Just ask for Bodhi. I just turn and walk away.
How are you entering into the lower levels? The main gate?
Through the inn.
The inn. Okay, I'll meet you there at dawn.
I just skulk away.
So what you know, of the interaction is it is definitely a tense one, to be certain. But Goliaths are typically a pretty braggadocious people, not unlike yourself, in a way. So he's definitely not going to let some exile save the day. He's going to be a part of the group no matter what now at this point. So he's helping.
Just kicking stones all the way back to the inn.
Yeah.
Had to be a Goliath.
Ezekiel, Nick, and Silas are kind of standing out in the middle, or Silas isn't there, he's cooking, but you're standing out there in the middle watching, and you see they're like a kid who just all F's on his report card, and he's gonna take it home to his mom.
With the downtime activities, how much time do we have? So so the rest of the day,
We've got a day.
Yeah, you went down there.
We've got 24 hours almost.
Yeah,
okay,
22 hours.
Pretty quick.
Guys,
Okay.
I'm just going to go rest. We'll have help in the morning. He's bringing the map.
Okay. Would that be enough time to fix my
Excellent.
officer from fine to above fine.
You need to find a blacksmith, and if you mention that to Uther, you would know that Gar has a full, smithing set in his space.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go.
If Uther mentions it. If not,
Uther mentions it.
the only smith you know
I do know the
is-
blacksmith's down there.
He just went to bed.
Yeah, Blaze Hatchet would be the one that you're aware of.
Okay. No, I had the smith tools, so I didn't know.
Yeah. So yeah, you can use your own tools. That's fine. It's just you'll have better results if you go to like an actual smith.
Gotcha. But I would still be able to fix it at the smith's.
Yeah.
I would have to. I just have to borrow their tools to do it.
We'll borrow their space. It's not about the tools
Yeah.
at that point because you have
Gotcha.
the tools. If you do go to Master Blaze Hatchet, he'll say, "That's fine. You can use my space here. I will be working alongside you on another matter." So he will not be assisting you.
That's fine.
Which means you will not get advantage, but the difficulty class will be lower because you're using a full set instead of just the regular roadside tools. So yeah, go ahead and make smithing tools. It would be smithing tools for long durations. You're doing it in a day. It would be a Constitution.
17.
Yep, absolutely more than enough. So you're able to raise the condition of the weapon.
Sweet. What's the one above fine?
It's normal, just standard. So you just raise it.
Perfect.
All right, and then the potions that were being made. We're still using
Yes.
the old recipe rules for this, so no rolls needed. You just craft them.
Okay. I didn't know there were new rules.
So what I'm doing is I'm kind of falling more in line with a kind of Solasta mentality. So it won't be downtime activities any longer in the future. You'll be able to craft as you're kind of, moving throughout the day, doing things.
Oh, hell. Okay.
But you'll be required to make a check, and failure will result in...
Well, that's not great, because that's intelligence is alchemy, I bet.
Yeah, you'd suck at it. So you're lucky you're under the old rules.
I'm just gonna roll for funsies. Like, this doesn't count. I don't even have it. Oh, yeah, there it
And
is.
for those watching at home, Joe's playing a Blaze Hatchet right now in the Friday campaign.
Is he?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Literally.
No.
So Joe is to Blaze Hatchet as Jeremy is to Stone Child. It's like they both have their family of specific race. Little
Okay.
Joe and Big Jeremy, dwarf and giant man.
Is this Noog? Is this
Noog
Noog story?
Plus,
Oh, there's several.
Ish,
No, I know
plus
there's a bunch. I just know Noog was the
yeah,
Grun,
patriarch or whatever.
Noog,
and Eddie
Ish.
knows Krun saw that storyline.
Mm-hmm.
The whole het line is part of Noog's line.
Yep. So the
Almost
game-
Raya?
Raya was kind of Raya was
Kinda?
No, Raya's part of the het line,
yeah.
yeah. So he traces
Man.
back to Noog.
Funny,
They're very
funny
unoriginal
stuff.
people, but I love the fact that there's a large backlog of
A lot of
consistency.
assholes in that family.
Unoriginal, man. I have a family tree that's
I
been
wonder
like
why
1,000
that is.
years.
I wonder why that is. I mean, it's like who created them, right?
Have you
Weird
met my brother?
stuff. Weird stuff.
Fair.
So
Potions are made,
still
Weapon is
same
repaired.
deal. I can make a batch of 6.
and then Silas, you're cooking. For the cooking of the Blalatha soup, it's fine. You can just serve it at dinner, and then it'll last for 24 hours after that, right? That's what it says.
Yes, 24 hours
So you just have that
Bacon.
for dinner, and you'll have it throughout the entirety of the day.
plus AC plus 1 of these.
Against spell attacks, which is super beneficial because all of the fractals attacks count as spell attacks, and all of the attacks that the book was doing were also spell attacks. And yeah.
I thought the books weren't spell attacks. The mana burn, it was something else.
Oh, so yeah, no, it's not a spell that's being cast. Different. It is still a spell attack. It does not count as a spell for the purposes of counterspell, identifying a spell, any of that shit. It does use a spell attack modifier, though. Yeah, it's creepy.
So
I understand.
Counts
And
as a
what's
spell
being-
for punching you in the face, but not
And it's-
thinking about it.
Right.
Spell stuff that hits you? Spell stuff?
Spell stuff that hits you.
Okay.
So there's a type of monk called the Way of the Radiant Soul, and they can shoot laser beams out of their hands like Dragon Ball, and they use spell attacks, but they are not spells. nor are they like cantrips or anything like that. They're still just attacks, but they're considered spell attacks.
Got it.
Okay. Anything else being done in the downtime segment?
Man, I want to find some nice crusty bread to have with that nice soup.
Oh, they've got it.
Nice.
And there's plenty enough time, Silas, that you don't have to just make one thing. However, I will say that there is a maximum two food effects that you can be under at one time, if they're durational.
Can I double up the bread?
You can't.
The soup?
Or you can't double up the Blalotha. You can only gain the same bonus once. But if you wanted to shove like
Some of the healing ones?
the portacol,
Well, one of the healing
if
ones.
you wanted to shove the portacol on them to give everybody 5 temporary hit points, you could do that. If you wanted to, slap a moppet bread into somebody, oh well, that would be something you'd want to hold on to later. You could make it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I can make it and hold it.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay. And they had the moppet bread one loaf, which again, if you eat amongst everybody gets the benefit. And a single serving, if you will serve 6. Okay, perfect. So you have a moppet bread in the box or in the bag, and you have the Blalotha consumed, and then everybody rests, right?
Question.
Okay.
I don't know if your rulings changed, anything like that. Can I attempt an experimentation with a substance if I've already done?
You can, but not if your downtime activity today is making the potions. So
okay.
Yeah, it's one
so
or the
no.
other.
Got it. That's fine. That's all I was asking.
Yeah.
Then I'm making potions, strapping them to my belt, and I'll probably be sorting stuff in the bag of holding before going to bed.
Okay. Anybody have anything else they want to do?
Have a nice cry.
That sounds great.
Thanks, dear diary. Things didn't go my way today. That's how all pages start.
I will say,
Can I borrow one of those?
It's like volumes.
at the end of the day, and I'm making an executive call here, so just want to make sure that that's clear. At the end of the day, as you're all kind of winding down, Rolling Rock sets out the lodestar onto the table, and then asks whoever's holding the second lodestar to set theirs out as well.
And I
that
think,
was me.
yeah, I think that's right.
I'll do it.
He just seems to be a bit confused by it. And as you're kind of sitting there in the inn, the door opens, and in walks an individual who matches the description that you were given of Alazar, the wizard. And he says, confidently, I believe you folks have something of mine.
We do. I'll happily surrender it to you, but I
The only
have
thing
to
I care
ask.
about is the stone. Beyond that, I'm not too concerned with the other materials I was carrying.
I understand. It's yours to take. If I may, I'm strictly honor bound to ask you this. Where did you acquire such a thing?
I'm assuming that you are under the impression that you were the first to come out this way, or you were one of a number to come out this way. Which of these is true?
One of a number.
Tekelis sent you.
You're correct.
A companion of mine, someone I have worked alongside for many a generation now. I am currently in the process of finding lost causes that came before him, that were instructed.
You're looking at one.
Well, I think I know exactly who you are, Bodhisattva. I'm glad that you do not recall me. A moment of shame. A past I do not like thinking back on.
People can change.
So can entire conglomerates.
That's the idea.
That's the hope. I'm seeking
I
out.
toss him the stone.
Catches it with a mage hand, kind of brings it to himself and takes a hold of it, and says, "It is my hope to ensure that this stone is properly disassembled so that what is utilized with this arcana is not duplicated. Too many of these escaped. Too many of them weren't exactly as refined as the one that you carry upon you. This one's close. The group that had this one wasn't all bad, though. Well, not all of them.
How many more may there be?
There were at least 13 groups. 4
Including
which
myself and you?
I am not a member of the Dance Eternal. I unfortunately...
Including my stone and yours?
There. Yes. But there are not 13 stones. Let me come correct. There were 4 groups that came before the Dance Eternal was as closely refined to what you currently engage in. They were each creatures of a different practice. One was bound to a parasite, a manifestation of a technique utilized by some arcanists that create immortality through the binding of memories to a swarm of worms. Another group found its power in demon blood. By consuming demon blood, they were able to keep their lives supernaturally immortal. But it required a lot of demon blood. And unfortunately, members of that group have eluded my eye. I have spoke to a member of the first group, an individual named Esmond, and he swears to me that the others have been dealt with based on my ability to see far beyond what normal man can see. I am able to qualify that he was correct in his assumption. And since he did not seem to share the same psychosis that they did, I allowed him to go about his way. The third group, before the stones were fully dealt, were god-blooded. A process that was actually manufactured here, in this space. By using the ichor that's held within Inkblood, it is possible to create paragons of mortality. Beings that are not quite immortal, but are so powerful that they might as well be. Willowdean was one such member of that group.
Do I know that name?
You do.
Can anybody recall that? The name sounds familiar. Was he the guy that
He's the guy we have to
watched?
kill. He's the leader of the resistance.
Correct.
Oh. That's no good.
His group were known as the Masters of Lavidia. They were crafted due to the meddling of an individual, very prominent individual in the city of Penford, an individual named Charlotte Andoulet, who used her charm to be entered into this specific program by Algar Kurgosler, former Magier of the city of Penford. Still a member in good standing with the council there, I believe. I don't really keep to the politics of the city myself. I'm busy. Antwain was another member of that group, but he very quickly went rogue and became a master of the bandits, sealing up the southern side of the city, last I recall. His aims are good, but his methods are not quite considered dignified. Of course, so is to say of every single group that's been put into this program. I'm sure you have your own sins that you have to account for. The fourth group that came before the stones.
Have we fucked up real hard yet?
No,
We haven't done anything like I broke some treatise.
Yeah.
But that was an accident.
He says the fourth group of these was a very strange malady of magical mystery. A group of not quite mortals. They are bodiless, formless, are capable of usurping others' bodies and using them to their own ends. This was the original process of the Dance Eternal. Specters capable of controlling others to their whim, at their own desire. The next 6 groups were the first of the Stone Carriers, Masters of the Dance Eternal, but unfortunately, 3 of those groups were not very smart about how they kept to their stone. As I'm sure you are well aware, you've already learned the faltering nature of the stone. Parts of the body has to move it, get it to a soul well for you to be able to reform your body and be effectively immortal.
Is the idea that they were careless? Is that what he's getting at?
Yeah. They fucked up and they all died. Stone be damned. I'm pretty certain one such lodestar exists in the hoard of a dragon in the city of Swordbreak.
There's a dragon in Swordbreak?
According to the rumors that I've been able to suss out, yes.
Also a disappearing tower in Swordbreak.
Don't.
I am well aware of the Tower of Fog. You found it,
Yes.
and your lodestar was able to open it.
It's how we managed to find ourselves here.
We are here.
Then I will be very happy to take this back to Swordbreak and utilize it to secure the tower for the conglomerate.
A word of warning. The people of Swordbreak, the noble, I did not catch his name, very aware that I broke treaty. I would tread lightly so as not to upset the populace against the conglomerate.
Swordbreak's,
Again.
We need the common on our side.
Swordbreak city-state status is to be held and honored. I thank you for letting me know that the political situation there would not warrant me walking right in and doing as I please.
Tread lightly. I was threatened that the building would be burnt to the ground. I hope your endeavors are more successful than my own.
And if the rumors of them having a red dragon are true, then they more than likely could follow through on their promise.
That adds up now.
The other groups are still unaccounted for. The group that had this stone, and out of character I will note this is kind of where I'll be winding down to a point where we'll all come to an understanding. We'll be ending a little early for those watching at home, sorry, but reasons. This stone came with a bit of turmoil, a bit of conflict, and technically the owners of it are still here in Ambleboat. One of them, that is. The others were not so fortunate.
In what form is this stone carrier these days?
A great question, and one I'll have to leave up for next session. As we
Got it. Sorry, I didn't mean to speed run the mystique.
No worries. It's not a bad point to stop because I really don't have much I can do in 10 minutes.
In closing, this guy's name was
Alizar Velodius. And I'll go ahead
and I'm asking him, is that your true name?
It is. Well, it's not my true name. I'm not giving out my true name. And you as a mage would understand a true name is a name that a person has that can be used for like power purposes. It's
yeah, I'm a fae. I get that.
Yeah, it is his name.
So I'm under the impression that he is still loyal to the conglomerate.
Oh yeah, he's still got.
Okay.
I mean, he's still got the
He's got a stone. He's able. I was going to ask if he has any message to relay to DeKellis, but he's got a stone. He seems capable.
DeKellis knows my efforts. He knows why I'm engaging in them. As I mentioned, this isn't the first time we have met, but it's probably the first time you've been able to recognize me in a lucid state. I have.
This guy doesn't dance, though, right?
No dancer.
So he can't even activate the stone.
Nope. He is not a dancer. He is. So what you would recognize from him, Bodhi, just by his stance, the staff, the presence, he's an archmage in commoner's clothing. I mean, based on the book he had and the fact that he's not asking for it.
No, I knew he was a powerful caster.
He's a powerful caster.
That book that he left behind and apparently doesn't give a shit about.
Yeah.
That's something. In your time here, can you tell me anything useful about the situation in Anvilvote?
It is not my current goal to solve it. I am aware that the summit will be left to forfeit if they remain as they are. The Blaze Hatchet's rune stones, from what I've been able to see of them, are potent enough to keep them locked out. But when the wind and weather dies down, the onset of spring, the ink will be able to make its way out of the pipes, up onto the sides of the mountain, and do as it pleases, either above or below.
My companions and I plan to plug the well, drop the pin. We aim to force this substance out of the exhaust pipes.
You have what I have been able to bequeath to you that might aid you in that process. I personally am of very little power against the creature, as the creature will be very resistant to magical efforts. It is not my desire to be consumed by it. It does have a taste for such spellcasters, and unlike you, I cannot simply head to the nearest graveyard and reform myself. I would rather not enter into the
I wouldn't recommend it.
Spire of Anvilvote, but I do applaud you in your bravery in doing so.
Knowing its tastes, what else do you know about it? Would it have any weakness we could extort?
I have not been able to look upon it direct. I have had the misfortune of seeing the inklings that are about. These are not unfamiliar things to me. They are just a natural formation of what the Jernarans call an inkling mascot, a creature that is like a familiar summoned forth through certain spellcraft to aid in certain endeavors. Some of them can be used as scribes, others can be used as a means of defense or buffering. If you fought any of them, you would know that they're not entirely potent, but they can be annoying, especially in great number. There are some amongst the Jernaran spellcasters who favor conjuration. I am not one of them, but inklings and other such mascots are seen as a boon to have upon the field of battle.
Only to those that summon them, though.
Correct. In his natural states, I can say that they would probably be much of a nuisance, especially in the numbers I'm presuming are down there. I can only assume
it is not few.
I can only assume it's in the hundreds. The amount of ink that the old Heistrich was receiving from this place was quite extraneous. It's the only reason I'm here is to finalize the process. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to make it to the base of the mountain yet, but I do have plans to do so. Regarding the individual who had this stone, which I will be taking with me. I would like for you to meet this individual. The reason why I say this is because I know one amongst you was responsible for the creation of the one you bear. And unfortunately, I will need to take him with me. Rolling Rock's eyes kind of perk up at that moment. For we must work to disassemble this. And I think that you would be necessary to have on hand for that process, Master Rolling Rock.
Yeah.
Of course I'll go. And yeah,
Rolling Rock.
that's where I'll cut the session for tonight. We'll pick up next week from where we left off, and with the meeting of the other member of the other group. Thanks for watching, those that did, and we will see you then.